What's good, y'all? When I say P, I mean profit. When I say S, I mean Sia. You dig what I'm saying, baby? Now let's keep it moving. Follow the feng shui. You dig it? Bienvenue Nien podcast, Z, man. And today I want to talk about on this episode efforts. Your efforts is solely based upon you. Your efforts is how determined you are at achieving your goals. I talk a lot about goals, mindset, and how you view things and your perception. But at the end of the day, you got to put in the effort to get whatever result you want. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody in the streets, they got to put in effort to earn a certain status, right? For others' approvals. Same thing with jobs in corporate worlds. You got to put in the effort to earn a certain level of status of a job description so that way you could be considered higher management or the chain of command. You know what I mean? There's a status, there's a system there, but everything in that system requires effort. If everybody put in their effort and chime in, you get a big project that gets completed, like a stage, somebody setting up a stage, right? It's a group of people, it's a team setting up a stage. Everybody's effort in that stage building process is important. Nobody else's effort is less important than another. Everybody's effort matters. Everybody's effort matters. Nobody else's effort is neglected, disregard, none of that. So, even with you being, if you're a young person listening to this and you want your own place to stay or something, you seeking to have your own place to stay, or you going through a situation with your family or something, or friends or something, you know what I mean? You going through a tough time, or you're an older person and you going through a transition phase, everything comes down to effort. Everything comes down to effort. How bad do you want it? If you really, 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 really see it bad, feel it bad, desire it bad, you're gonna put in the effort that's necessary to make sure you get what you need done. If you really, 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 really want to be the biggest streamer, or um you want to own a podcast, or you want to have a TikTok channel, if you really, really want to do a difference in your life or in this world that will affect millions of people, billions of people, then what you really need to do is this: put in the effort. It just comes down to one thing: put in the effort. As long as you put in the effort, you'll be all right. As long as you make the sacrifices, guess what? You'll be all right. I ain't ever met a person who was, I've actually met millionaires before and people who I deemed to be successful or where I would want to go, right? And I met them in person and I've always asked them, hey, what did you do to get the chain? Or what did you do to have that much money in that bank account? What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? And each one say different things, but the ones that was really putting in the work for real, they'll tell you effort. They'll tell you effort. No matter if it's said another way, it's still gonna come down to effort. It requires effort for me to even upload podcasts every day this consistent. Some people do it when they got a first YouTube channel brand new, they upload every day. That's effort. And then when you got a successful channel and it's slowly rolling in and it's moving, you don't have to put in that much kind of effort, but you still got to put in effort. Same thing with a business. When you making pyramids, or you making whatever you designing, you could be designing a car or something. You got to put in effort. You got to put in every effort that is necessary to get to where you need to go. Because anybody that's wishing and hoping for something and you ain't putting in no effort, you just wishing and hoping. I ain't gonna lie, that's the definition for real of insanity. Because I can say I ain't ever been a person to wish and hope for something and pray for something from God, right? I'm talking to God, I'm praying to God about it, but I'm not willing to put in that effort. So like, do not be one of those people that praying for something, you asking for something, but then when it's time for you to put in the effort, you not willing to make no sacrifice. You not willing to go the extra mile. Whatever your goals is, you better be willing to go the extra mile for yourself, not for anybody else. Fuck what anybody else got to say. I go the extra mile and I go hard for myself because I do it for myself. I don't do this for nobody else's approval. I've reached within myself internally to know why I'm going the way I'm going, why I'm going hard the way I'm going, what direction I'm moving, how fast I'm gonna get there, and how slow I'm gonna get there. It ain't even worried about how fast or slow. What I'm worried about is the effort. What I'm worried about is my efforts being reciprocated. We as humans, we want to see if we are appreciated or valued for what we do. So when you think about your efforts and efforts you put in, you take a step back and you want to see if your efforts is paying off, because you ain't gonna keep doing something you don't see no benefit in it. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna keep talking to this person if you ain't seeing no benefit in it and they draining you and you feeling depleted. You ain't gonna see no, you ain't gonna continue to put in a result for something that you think